Okay, we're ready to go. Just finished up the Workbench Wednesday last night and got my paint out and everything. Just finished this. I did primer on the detail parts that are the resin casting. The white metal I haven't done anything with yet. Also done it on the windows, 2 windows and 1 door in khaki. Also the tar paper in khaki and the battens in khaki. And what I'm going to do is I'll be able to darken this up a little bit so it'll show different than the battens on there. So I'll just set these off to the side for right now because they're still a little bit wet. It's a little bit chilly outside today. Next week, 10 to 7, it'll still be light out, but I had to turn the light out on the porch outside. So daylight savings time coming up on Sunday. So let's see what we had on the workbench. So here's what we got on the workbench here. This is okay. This is where I left off. The stream messed up. I didn't know about it, and here I was gluing everything together because when I set all these things off to the side and was going to go get this glass, the stream went out and I didn't know about it. And so I glued, let me see, I glued these 3 pieces on, these 2 pieces. I was getting ready to glue this one on when my phone rang, and Jim Tedesco called and said, hey, your stream isn't running. So that's where we left off, right there. I'm going to continue where I left off. Here's the glue, dried up. Finish putting these braces on, and then we can move on to the next step. Okay, we'll let that sit and dry for a while. I separated all the layers of the wall. Here's the battens and here's the tar paper on it. I'm going to let all this stuff dry, these things that I just glued on here. And I took these detail parts, the junk, off of the tape that I had on the yardstick, and once all that is dry, the glue is dry, then we'll proceed to stain all these pieces, the wall sections here and in these 2 sections here. I could probably hit this with some gray primer to give that a start, and that's all we can do for this evening until all that stuff dries. Debbie and I stopped at Lowe's this afternoon, and she picked out a texture paint that she thought it would be really good for my models, and I said yes, that would work out pretty good. It's this right here. It is Rust-Oleum texture paint. It goes on a little bit thicker than the rest of the paint, and the spray is a lot more powerful to get all the stuff out of there, but I think it looks pretty good right there. I'm going to use that as the tar paper roof. I was going to use this stuff right here that I already had painted. I have about 3 other sheets of this, but once she found that paint, I went out and painted this a little while ago. It goes on really thick, takes a little bit longer to dry, and I had to fold it on the creases just to make sure that it would come apart on the seams because it is so thick. So we're going to try this out a little bit later. I just finished painting these two items in gray, the base and the sign jacks, and these little pieces here that represent metal bracing that go on the lamp posts. These get stained right here. I also put a coat of khaki on here. This is the window, comes in two pieces, and what it says is put the acetate, glue the acetate just in the inside, and also khaki on the pallets. All the time that I do wooden or any other items, detail items, I always primer it with the khaki. It's a good base color for it. Tonight we're going to do Workbench Shenanigans, where I'll assemble all the sides and put the sides together. And I just finished up 2 videos of all the stuff that I did on Maud Jenkins in between the Workbench Wednesdays and Workbench Shenanigans. So this is all the stuff. Is about 20 minutes worth of video that I'm going to show in Workbench Shenanigan before I get to all this stuff right here. And all of it's going to be done with this laptop because that computer has been messing up. It messed up my stream the last time. So I'm going to stream from here. And I think tomorrow I'm going to take that apart and blow it out. If that helps it out, that'll be great. If it doesn't, another graphics card comparable to the one I have is about 320 bucks, so I'm not sure if I want to spend that amount. I might have to bring the other computer over here to do live streams if that doesn't help it out. So anyway, I'm getting ready to stain this stuff so it's ready for the Workbench Shenanigans tonight. So we'll see on the other side of the Workbench Shenanigans and see how far we got with this thing. Maybe I'll be working on the detail parts or something like that. I guess you missed it when I did this right here. We got 2 live streams done, and on the last live stream I got a lot done. Here's one of the roofs right here, a short one. This is for the side. Here's the other roof right here, and you can see I used texture paint on that. Worked out really good, and we assembled everything. So if you want to see what's happening on there, you have to go to Workbench Shenanigans. But now we're going to do detail parts, and the hardest part of doing detail parts is picking out the paints. So I got a bunch of paints here on the workbench. First of all, I got red, white, and blue, red, true red, titanium white, and crisp blue. The blue and the red I could use for the barrels, the metal barrels, and the white too, you know, because a lot of them are white in the middle and red on either side, or blue on either side, or solid color. So that'll work for the barrels. I got a lot of barrels in here. Now the other colors I got are celery shoot, honey brown, and Christmas green. So there's a lot of wood in here in the crates and scrap wood. So the honey brown and the crisp celery works good on there. We got a couple of wood barrels on here. This one wood barrel, 2 wood barrels, and a trash can, another 55-gallon drum. But we have gas tanks right here. We could do acetylene, oxygen, maybe propane here. So we need the green. Well, we need a brown, don't we, for oxygen? I know there's one that's green also, and there's one that's blue also. And here's a wood crate. And then we have pale gray, folk art, and apple barrel, country gray. And then for the metal parts in here, we have bright silver, and then metallic silver. And here's another deco art. This is zinc. I'm going to use that for the tires. They've got tires on there, but we'll make them look like they're, you know, old. And then we got some tanks here, so we could use zinc on that one also, with a little bit of silver in it. And for the hand cart and the workbench, you know, we got the wood colors on there, and a little bit of zinc and some other stuff, so we'll figure it out. I keep dragging my feet because I hate doing these detail parts.